followers of Jesus, yeah, sure. All right, so that's a good one. But I can assure you that maybe by the time we finish, you will know whether you're following Jesus or not. Now, let me start by saying that, we're in a time and in a dispensation where it seems like going to church is trending. True or not true? Huh? Going to church, it looks like where we go to vibe. So it's like a trending thing. In fact, these days, most times when you hit the street for evangelism, almost everyone that you meet is born again. True or not true? In fact, if you go into Avis, if you step into Avis to witness to them, in fact, some of them might actually tell you they are Christians. In fact, some will tell you they have been Christian from their mother's womb. That is the kind of, that is quite unfortunate. That is the kind of Christianity that we have currently. And then we also have Christians or believers who think that God primarily exists just to solve their problems. God primarily exists just to do things for us. But you see, this morning I've come to present to us one of the heartbeats of God. That following Jesus comes with a cost, with a price. I know that some of us, probably when you gave your life to Christ, that what brought you into salvation was the promises that the people who preached to you told you what Jesus was going to do for you. How he was going to solve all your problems. How you are not going to have any problem once you give your life to Jesus. Maybe for many of us, that was the entrance into Christ. But I'd like you to understand something, that following Jesus is a serious business. Can you help me tell somebody following Jesus is a serious business? And that's why it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. In fact, Jesus speaking, he said, narrow is the way that leads to eternal life. But broad is the way that leads to hell. I don't know how many of you possibly grew up in the village where you went to farm. Many of the Gen Zs, you don't know what we're talking. Okay, Makurdi, really, Benue State. I'm not sure if we have that kind of farm where the road is narrow. It's a narrow path where it can take one person per time. You don't have the luxury of doing anyhow. In fact, I remember, sometime growing up as a young person, sometimes when we go to the village, because my grandfather was a farmer, and we go to farm, and I'm sure maybe some people are wondering, you went to farm, you? Okay. Yes, I did. I did. I know some people are thinking that, I'm not sure you went to farm. Maybe especially some people that have shaken my palm, they think, the thing is soft. It means that this one is an ajiboy. It didn't used to walk. You are wrong. Now, you see, some of those, in fact, I remember those days that some of those, on our way to the farmland, sometimes we will need to cross streams. And some of these streams, the bridge, you will have to walk circumspectly to cross that bridge, because if not, you will find yourself on the other side. So apart from the narrow part, the bridge that leads to the narrow part is narrow too. So you don't have the leisure of doing many things. And I believe that if we were to be in this Gen Z, there will be many accidents. And somebody asked me, how do I know? You know, many Gen Zs, when they are going to farm, they will be pressing their phone. And I can assure you, you will swim. And woe betide thee that the stream is the type that is deep. You know, I was sharing something. Those days in the village, when we go home for Christmas, some young people would deceive somebody that the stream is shallow. So you see them inside, just, they call it bicycle. They're riding. So they tell you, see now, see where they are. The thing is not deep. And you jump in. Or you just see yourself sinking like a stone. So they will allow you to drink some water before they will rescue you. So now back to my point. Following Jesus comes with a cost. Now, and I also need to